right, we'll let Coach Hurley opening statement, and then we'll take questions for our student athletes, Will Regan, Xavier Ford, and also Shannon Evans. Coach Hurley?
First of all, just compliment Central Michigan and making that a tremendous college basketball game. And, you know, it was obviously a high-scoring game, and, you know, I think it was two teams that are, you know, the caliber of an NCAA tournament teams out there slugging it out. And, you know, I'm really proud of my team. I'm proud of the accomplishment that this group, you know, achieved the first time in school history that we're MAC champions. And this team has so much heart and, you know, really came together when we suffered a tough loss at 6-6 in the conference to respond the way we have and to win eight straight games. It's easy to coach when you have guys like Shannon Evans and Xavier Ford and Will Regan and Lamonte Bearden and Justin Moss, and just go right down the line. This is an amazing group of kids.
Questions for our student athletes?
Well, can you talk about the story that you guys had the second night in a row, you hit a big three, and won the game?
Yeah, I think they were in zone at the time, and we ran a play, but I noticed, like, right when I was popping out that they were confused, so I knew I was going to be able to line that one up, and so I just let it fly, and then, you know, I mean, there's between me, X, Shannon, like, there's a lot of guys on this team that put so much time in the gym that you just rely on what you've done over your whole career, and it pays off now. I mean, this is our third game in a row I've hit a timely three, and it's all just because you put the time in the gym.
And stuff, can you talk about in Will maybe defending the perimeter? I mean, you know, we have a four-man out on the point to start the game, you know, trying to limit those.
We got a good defensive team. I started off on Fowler. I know I was going to try to just cause him trouble with my length and athleticism and just try to make him finish over me. You know, he's a good player and he's real strong, so my length and athleticism gave him trouble at times when it needed to, but he made a lot of big plays. He's a great player, and it's a great team we end up beating.
Shannon, just how much fun was that game?
It was real fun.
I mean, there was one stretch where 12 straight possessions. No, everything scored.
Yeah, that's the games we like. You know, get up and down the court. Coach not really calling plays, even though I like his play calling. Yeah, I mean, I like his play calling.
Well, you like Ice Shannon, don't you?
Yeah.
That one a couple times.
I like the plays with my names in it.
How about, you know, you knew they were a good offensive team. I mean, they're scoring, and, you know, they lit you guys up.
Yeah.
Kind of, what was your mindset, offensive mindset coming into this game?
Well, we knew we would be able to get like any shot we wanted, so our mindset was really get it on D. No, you're fine. Our mindset was, you know, get stops, play in the open court, you know, get up and down a little bit, and I feel like that's what we did tonight.
Next, about a month ago, you lost the game, you missed against that team, and you were devastated. You said you were going to cherish every moment remaining in your career. What does it feel like right now after you beat
It feels amazing. Like I said, I come from a place where a lot of people don't make it, and a lot of people had doubts in me. And being brought into this situation with this group of guys, me and Will Regan, he's been here with me since day one, and then Coach Hurley came, and I got a great supporting cast, and Shannon Evans, Jaren Street, Lamonte Bearden, Rodell Wingington, and the list goes on. So I'm just happy for the opportunity that I've been given, and I'm happy to be a part of history. We're the first team to ever do this and bring winning to Buffalo, so it's just a good feeling.
No one deserves it more than X. You don't see what he does behind closed doors, but the kid over 4 years never stopped working on his game. No matter the position he was on the team, he kept working, and he deserves every moment of this right now.
Gentlemen, go ahead. They were going to get penetration, you know, the way you guys played. But it seemed like you guys, you and whoever was down low, did a pretty good job of making them adjust and miss once in a while. Makes it really tough hanging playing each other.
Yeah, a lot of those situations came on a ball screen in which we switched, and I mean, I relied a lot on my athleticism and a little bit of my length, but no, like, it really just came down to just honing in onto who you were guarding and what they were trying to do. I mean, Fowler's a great player, and I just tried to force him to shoot over my length and then take away the drive, and that was what I was relying on.
We're going to take Tom from the corner over here, guys. Tom from the corner.
Xavier and Will, what does Coach Hurley meant for this program?
I hate him. I'm just kidding. He's meant a lot.
Not the only one in the room.
Right. He's meant a lot to this program. It's just an amazing opportunity. If you had told me a couple years ago that Bobby Hurley would be my head coach and our head coach, we would never even imagine. He comes from winning. He plays for Coach K, a winner. His father's a winner. His brothers are winners. So he brought the winning mentality to Buffalo, and it just means a lot to be able to play for a great coach like Bobby Hurley.
Hey, Max, what is it they really bring? I mean, what's the difference in his style that you notice that makes the difference?
Have you seen him on the sideline?
His passion.
Just the intensity and the passion, man. He held you accountable for winning. And I'm not to throw shots at nobody else before, but you got to be held accountable for losing and winning. And when we lose, we hear about it. When we win, we hear about it. So he brings a winning attitude and a winning mentality to a group of guys who bought into the system.
What did you guys do against Simons in the second half? He was held scoreless for 20-minute stretch, only took 1 3, and he made 2 threes in the first 3 minutes.
We just made sure that we did a better job of not letting them get loose. You know, we let them, and myself, I let him get loose once or twice in the first half, and he hit some NBA range threes, and he's a great shooter. So at each media timeout, we just kept, talking about the things we did wrong, and we just made sure that we didn't let a great shooter like that get loose and no room to shoot the ball.
Shannon, about a month ago, you're running a 3-game losing streak, and you said in the press conference after the game that you're going to make people notice Buffalo. Here you are 8 games later with NAC championship and NCAA tournaments. Talk a little bit about the last 8 games and what your mindset was.
Like you said, I made a big promise to Buffalo. I said that we'll bring back a MAC championship. And we all bought into the system. We all came together after the 3-game losing streak. That next practice was real bad. We did a lot of running. It was real bad for us. So we all bought in. It was like us versus the coaches. And we figured that if we can beat the coaches, we could beat anybody. So we all bought into the system, and we're champs now.
Will, you get really passionate over the last month or so, really wanted to do this for not only the team, but the entire city. What does it mean to finally have it now?
I mean, I've grown up in Buffalo, and I remember when Turner was in this situation. I remember my senior year, sophomore year of high school or whatever, and Greg Gamble, I believe, was in the same situation or whatnot. But, I mean, they've been close and had good teams, and I was just as devastated, I feel like, as some of the guys were. I'm probably playing in the games, watching those games. I mean, basketball is my life, and I dreamed of watching UB and any local team in the tournament, and it didn't happen too often, so when I transferred, this was a huge goal of mine, and to realize it and to do it in the way we did it with a great team, a team that had your back. I mean, this is the epitome of a team. We all step up, we cover each other's flaws, and we just take care of business. And I mean, that's why this team's successful, and it's just a great feeling to do it with this group of guys.
Gentlemen, X said something a second ago about making history. You were the first Buffalo team to reach the field of 68. Can you talk about that? You've seen the tournament on television many times, but you're going to be in it this time. What's that feeling? What's that feeling inside? Will it hit you until you see the selections on Sunday and then be on that court that first practice day?
It didn't hit me yet.
It hasn't hit me yet.
It's the same. I think that it'll hit us afterwards. I mean, we're a good team and we want to win. And once we, end up at our final destination, I think that's when it's going to really, hit us.
Shannon, their guards are pretty good. Can you talk about your drives? Obviously you do that everybody, but today, taking it to the hole, and then that fake behind the back bank shot.
Yeah, like I said, their whole team's really good. Like not only the guards, they got 4 and 5 that can shoot from anywhere on the floor. So we just try to make it frustrating as possible. We knew they was going to score because they're a great scoring team. So we just try to make it hard as possible, and let the game play out.
As you said, it hasn't hit you yet about the NCAA tournament, but the guy to your left has one of the greatest histories in that tournament. He said anything to you guys about what to expect or anything like that heading into that tournament?
Yeah, I hear UNLV stories all day, so.
Couple Fab Fives.
Yeah, we hear them all.
Yeah.
I've full disclosure. I talked about both UNLV games, not just the one that worked out for me. And what I tell you, 3-0 versus the Fab Five, I told you that probably.
Yeah, 3-0 against Fab Five.
Yeah,
you told us that.
But that's old news.
Isn't there a Christian Laettner documentary coming out tomorrow?
Any more questions for our student athletes?
Let's talk about the MVP Moss. I mean, it's right ankle, but he's still with the floor. He still grabs some games, kind of rebound, and put him back up. Tell us how much to have Moss on your team as well.
Moss he's my roommate. I love him to death. MAC Player of the Year. What does he average? 19 and 10. He averaged 19 and 10, and he twisted his ankle a few days before these games, and we knew that we would have to pick up the load for him a little bit because he's so explosive, and you need your ankles to be explosive. So we got a lot of talented guys, and we just knew that we would just buy in, and we would have to play defense that much better because, like I said, he was hobbled by injuries, but we knew that he was going to give us his best effort like he's been doing the whole year.
Gentlemen, we'll let you get back to the locker room. We'll let Coach Hurley remain for a few more questions. Go ahead, Coach.
Good job.
All right, Bobby.
Yeah.
Talk about the defensive strategy and, your bigs that you knew that was going to create some penetration, but trade-off.
We learned a lesson from the first game at Central, and we gave up penetration to Fowler at the rim because he's a terrific point guard, and he's so strong, and he's he gets with a head of steam. He's so physical that he's hard to keep away from the rim, and then we'd get in rotations, and he finds open shooters. So we have to pick your poison with them, and we were more successful at our place, staying home and not letting Kaczynski and Simons and and Hibberts, their shooters, get away from us and racing. And that was our game plan coming in here too. But that puts pressure on our forwards who have to step up and try and keep him out of the lane, which I thought Xavier did a great job of, and Rodell Wigington as well, just being the primary guys that tried to guard him all night. But he's such a great player. He's one of the best point guards at the mid-major level, and maybe one of the best that I've seen this year that we played against. This whole journey with this group has been so satisfying, and it's not easy, and what you go through all the time you invest on the practice floor and all the adversity you face during the season. It was a release last week, to be, get a share of the regular season championship, because that's your whole body of work, throughout the course of a whole season. So that was terrific, and then to be able to come into this tournament and play the way we did, and we had two very different games. Akron was, very physical and really up for the challenge and so well coached, and then we had this team that was more of an offensive team that presented the same type of challenges, and my kids responded, and they have so much heart, and they're playmakers, and we give them freedom to make plays, and they came through for us.
Justin Moss, 10 points, 11 rebounds. More importantly, 36 minutes. Talk about how his ankle held up in his play today.
I talked with Justin a lot after the game and then this morning, and he just said how much better it's feeling and how much closer he is to 100%. And that was great for me to hear. I knew that we could try and pound the ball inside to him some more, because that's something that we wanted to do against Central, because they're so perimeter-oriented, how they play. And he was there. I mean, he played great defense in the post. He was, we switched everything on ball screens, so he had to laterally try and stay in front of Fowler. So, it just shows, how much his ankle is coming around. And I would anticipate with a few days to get ready for our next game that he's going to be right where we need him to be.
When you first got the job, what was your first message to your team? And then I just wondered, do you hear voices all in your head all the time of other guys like your dad, Coach K and stuff? How does that work in you and become your philosophy?
Well, I had the privilege of working for my brother as an assistant coach for 3 years in 2 different programs, and see how he built the program and how you work day in and day out. And the kids in skill development in the off season, make that commitment to doing it at a high level and making the investment that you need to put yourself in positions like we were in today. And our practices are very hard. We're very demanding as a coaching staff, and when you're that way with your team in these hard games, they're able to find a way and fight through them.
Coach, talk about 2 different games yesterday. One was different. You guys lead the second half, you did not have that little spurt that came back, took them to the lead in the entire second half.
Yeah.
What changed from today? Maybe what the shots like that allowed you to kind of keep that cushion?
Well, I think that Central Michigan has different personnel, and they're not as defensive minded, or that's, they've been great at obviously shooting the basketball, scoring the basketball. I think that we were able to, and we knew coming in that we would have some chances on offense to make plays, both inside and then, with our guards. And Shannon, we called his number like 3 straight times because he hit the 3, and then he got to the rim, and then he drew help, and we got the put back with Justin. So he was involved in some very critical plays. And Jaron Skeet, who we don't really talk about a whole lot, this kid is very clutch, and when we need a big shot, he steps up and hits big shots for us. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just think it depends on how teams are guarding us, and it's not a primary focus. We're one of the best teams in the country getting a free throw line because we attack the rim, and Justin's so physical inside, so we go there first. But Will Regan's capable. Xavier Ford's added that to his game. Jaron Skeet, Shannon, all those guys are solid shooters. All right, if you give Chris Fowler his right hand and you give him a little space, it's game over. So we were trying to send him and shade him a little more to his left hand, and then we have small guards that are terrific defenders, and Lamonte Bearden's becoming a great defender. Shannon plays with great intensity, but Fowler's so strong. We wanted to have Rodell and Xavier on him with size and have him shoot over us. That was kind of the plan with that.
Your experience as a college player, is the fact of just getting to the tournament resonate with you? How big of a deal this is for Buffalo, and still they've been fighting up for a long, long time?
Yeah, I mean, the guys say it all the time. Might as well say it. You got to break the seal. Shannon talks about that. When someone hits a shot, then we seem to get momentum. So it's nice that we did it. I was so just excited to see the type of turnout we got for 2 days, and with our students and our fan base, invested in following us the way we did. It was special to see that, and I feel there's such an excitement on campus about what we're doing and what we'll continue to do in the future. But all the younger players in the program, and the guys that put in all the work to do this now see the light at the end of the tunnel, and they could see that if they put that work in, that you'll have moments like this. And now getting a chance to play in this tournament, I've expressed to them just the excitement and the memories that you get from playing in this event, and what's a possibility for our players, and I know they're excited about it.
With your experience as a player, to be able to kind of relate to them what to expect and what's going to happen in the next few days, especially since they've never been there before?
Yeah, I mean, I talk to my brother a lot, and he's been a big influence on my coaching, and we talk about our teams on a regular basis. And messaging to your team is big. How you bring your team along. You hope your team's playing its best basketball at this time of year. That's what I was associated with when I played, and hopefully I learned some lessons that I know how to get my team playing at their best at the right time of the year.
I know we talked on Tuesday at the teleconference about Lamonte. He offense. Can you talk about that, please?
Yeah, I mean, Lamonte is fearless, and you know, he isn't fazed by anything. He doesn't play like a freshman. He looks like a freshman because not real strong. We got to keep getting him in the weight room, but he's got so much confidence in his ability, and he's such a playmaker, and you know, he's just, you know, making strides and getting better. I mean, it's just, he's just starting to figure out how good he's going to be. Thank you guys, appreciate it.